yourself, just sitting there on my chair. I'm staring at you, you don't even notice. Should've told you straight away, you don't have to be afraid anymore. I know.
Hello guys, and welcome back to Being Mrs. Fraser. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I wanted to kind of show you a little bit of the decor that I picked up for today's video. Now we are in the burr seasons. We are back at football time, and I couldn't be more excited. We are huge football fans in this household, and so I wanted to share kind of what a fun game day can look like. I found a lot of very affordable decor. These three things at the top of the screen here, the tray, the football, and the bowl, all came from Hobby Lobby. And then the fun little flags and the cup, the tablecloths, the napkin, the plates, and the blow up cooler, which you guys will see here in a little bit. They all came from Amazon. Don't you worry, I do have them linked in my storefront for you guys, but I just thought this would be super fun. I know in the US, we Americans love our football. I do know not everybody is a football fan, but I feel like, you know, baseball used to be the American sport, but I really feel like football is taking over. Now, we are a house divided as far as NFL goes. The hubby is a big die-hard Detroit Lions fan and then your girl is a Chiefs fan. I stay true to my Midwest roots. I guess technically is Detroit considered the Midwest? I'm not really 100% sure on that, but I think they are. But I am a huge baseball fan. Baseball used to take priority, and I'm a big Kansas City Royals fan, and so I felt like the Chiefs and the Royals kind of went hand in hand. I have been a Chiefs fan for many, many years, though, at this point. I am not a bandwagon fan, but anyway, but I will say this was all for our Huskers. We are die-hard. You know, we love our NFL, but there's just nothing like a Nebraska football fan. And I'll tell you what, that is us. We bleed red through and through. We may live in Florida, but we have not left our Nebraska roots, and we love our Nebraska Cornhuskers. Fun fact, if you didn't know, they actually used to be called the Bug Eaters of all things. So anyway, if you know, you know. But anyway, I just thought it would be fun to open the season with some game day ideas. I thought the fun little decor, it was so cheap, and it's all reusable, obviously, except for the plates and the cups and the napkins, but it was actually a pretty large set. I was pleasantly surprised, and the quality of everything was really good. I will say the napkins felt a little weird. The husband definitely commented on that. If you would like, I would definitely recommend maybe getting some different napkins that didn't have the football field and football logo printed on them, or even maybe go with your team napkins. Now, this could totally work for just a regular game day weekend, or maybe you guys have a big game coming up. I know Nebraska is getting ready to play Colorado. I actually think you guys will see this after the Nebraska-Colorado game, which is a huge game day for us, but anyway, I did want to go ahead and get the table cleaned off, the counter cleaned off and everything before I laid out the tablecloths. These are kind of a cheaper plastic tablecloth. Hobby Lobby had some actual nicer tablecloths if this is something that you guys want to do on like a regular basis. These cheap plastic ones might give out over time. However, for us, it's just us here in Florida. My dad does come down though, and he's coming soon. I'm so excited. But anyway, it's just us for now, so these cheap plastic ones will work, but they could be great for your game day. You could totally have a game day baby shower, birthday party, anything like that. It would be super fun. Even just like a local team, your local high school, your local city team, any of this would be super fun for that. And who knows, you could even do it for different sports. I'm sure there are other packages out there for like baseball and softball and stuff like that as well. But anyway, I was trying to set the napkins up kind of fancy, but it was just not working out, and so I did go ahead and just kind of stack them up, and then I used the kind of fanning out trick when you take your fist into those napkins and just kind of push down and twist into the palm of your hand. It kind of helps spread them out into like a fan. You'll see here in just a second. I'm going to show you guys this. These napkins were being a little bit difficult, but I liked how they did end up turning out, and this is just a fun little trick. But next I want to hang up the little flag banner. I just thought this was super cute, and I just used some thumbtacks, you guys. I hang up so many like temporary things with thumbtacks. It just makes life so much easier, and they don't leave huge holes in the wall either. So that's what I was doing there. We did get the cooler all blown up. That was a pain in itself. But yeah, so now it's time to start getting the pop. I was so excited to find these Beetlejuice Fantas. Have you guys seen them? Are you excited to see the movie? Your girl is so excited. It is super nostalgic for me, and so I cannot wait. And I just thought the Beetlejuice Fanta Pop was so fun, but you could totally fill this with any drinks that you want, and I will tell you what, it held all the ice and water in this.
Listen to what everyone else says.
Alrighty, so the first recipe that we're gonna go ahead and start is the queso dip. Now you could go ahead and have this you could put it out on a smoker, out on the grill, whatever you would like to do. It just takes a little while out there. So we're gonna go ahead and just put it into the oven at 220 degrees and get everything kind of cooked up, and then we'll put everything cooked, cut, and put into the pan, and we'll throw it in the oven while I start prepping the other food, and hopefully it all comes together. You know, it all gets done together. So we're gonna start by browning the hamburger here. This is actually 2 pounds, so I'm gonna go ahead and brown it and then separate it down and put half of this away for another meal for a different day. I'm gonna cut up half of this onion and cook it in here with the hamburger, and then once that's all cooked up, I'll go ahead and mix in the minced garlic. While those are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and cube up some Velveeta, the pepper jack. I'm going to dice up some jalapeno peppers here. You could definitely buy them already pre-minced. I'm pretty sure you can anyway. I think you can. And then we have a can of Rotel. You are going to be using all the liquids and everything in this dish. And then I just have a 9x13 tin here. I feel like this might not be deep enough, but we'll see what happens. But let's go ahead and start getting everything cut up, cubed up, cooked up, and mixed together.
You're not there, miss. Yeah, you might not be at your best, but it's fine.
So like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get this all chopped up here. I'm gonna use actually most of the onion because one, I kind of forgot that I was going to divide this meat after I had just set it, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of meat. So I'm going to actually put more onion in because the onion was on the small side anyway. And your girl forgot that I was going to divide it, but that's okay. So some of the hamburger meat that got cooked does have onion in it, but I know I can use it for another meal, so I'm not terribly concerned about that. But I will say this queso dip was absolutely delicious. I would love to try it on a smoker though. I'm trying to talk my hubby into getting a smoker, but they are so expensive. And I don't know. We love our Blackstone. We love our grill. But I just don't know where we would put a smoker even. But I don't know. You'll have to let me know if you guys have tried this queso before, or if you do try it, if you put it on the smoker or not. I think it takes like 2 or 3 hours in the smoker, according to the recipe that I was following. But yeah, so it also said that it was going to take 2 hours in the oven, and it didn't. I think it cooked for about an hour or so. But I will say we did add the next recipe into the oven with this, and I did crank that heat up just a smidge. We also did add some milk into it. You could totally use like a heavy cream or half and half or whole milk or whatever you'd like, and I'm sure it would make it so creamy. But we did just use some milk that we already had in the fridge. It just made it easier to stir up and make it so it was more creamy, as opposed to just like super thick and unscoopable.
And take a deep breath, this is the only way you'll ever find out that it won't always be this way. You will get there someday.
So once the hamburger is completely brown and those onions are basically translucent or cooked, I did go ahead and dump everything into this 9x13 pan, including the jalapenos and the rotel, and then I gave it a little bit of a stir. I don't know that that's absolutely necessary, but then I just popped it right into the oven. Alrighty, so next up we're going to do a bacon wrap little smoky. We're going to use brown sugar, cumin, chili powder, obviously little smokies, and some bacon. You're also going to need some toothpicks. So let's go ahead and get this started, because this takes about an hour or so to cook at 325. I'm gonna go ahead and cut all this bacon in half. I did just use regular bacon, not thick sliced. I actually figured out about halfway through this process that if you unstick and peel apart all your bacon pieces before you go to start wrapping, it does make it a lot easier to grab when you're trying to wrap the little smokies up, instead of like sitting there trying to grab a piece, then wrap your smoky, then grab a piece, then wrap your smoky. Just grab the pieces, take them all apart, you know what I mean, like spread them apart. I do show you this process here in a little bit, but I was just like, Tammy, why didn't you do this earlier? It would have made this so much easier. But these were also super delicious. I did not know, but apparently my kids said that we had these before, that my stepmom had made them. I forget, I don't know if it was like Christmas or something like that. I guess that she made them. I don't honestly remember them, but either way, I know that they are a fan favorite, and they were absolutely delicious and super simple to make. You could totally get your kids out here helping you in the kitchen. You know, let them do this process, because again, it's so easy and simple to do, and they feel, you know, it makes them feel so good to be able to help, but also, you know, then they learn skills, you know, cooking skills and stuff like that. But I also used a lot more toothpicks than I thought I would. I don't know, you could totally half this recipe and just get a smaller package of the little smokies. Again, we have a big family, and so I did go ahead and double up on this. I probably didn't need to, because we did have a lot of leftovers. But if it's for your game day party and you're inviting a lot of people, definitely go big or go home, because these will definitely be a favorite in your party.
Both of us lost in this ugly lie. Right here, all that matters is you and I. So darling, hold on, and let's save this night. Let's save this night. Let's save this night.
Another thing I like about these is You're not having the party at your house, but you're going to a friend's house or somewhere else and you need to take a food with you or take these with you, you can totally cook them and then throw them in the crock pot, and all the juice that is at the bottom of the pan, well, technically it's like bacon grease mixed with brown sugar, but whatever. It's super yummy. Just dump that over into your crock pot, and that way they'll keep them on warm, and then that way they will be nice and good for your party wherever you're going. Like I said, whether it's hosted at somebody else's house, you know, you have a church barbecue, or school is doing a potluck or something like that. These are definitely a perfect thing to bring. But anyway, like I said, I did add some milk into that queso. I had to have the hubby help me with that, but it definitely made it easier and to like stir around and get it all nice and creamy. And then I did go ahead and move it to the bottom rack, even though it probably could have stayed at the middle rack, but I moved it down so that way I could add in the these little bacon wrapped smokies. So I am doing a cup of brown sugar and some chili powder and cumin. I will make sure that I have all the recipes linked for you guys if you guys are interested in those. These are not my own personal recipes. I do find a lot of good recipes on Pinterest, and so if I can, I will link one for you. But these are so delicious, and having that chili powder in there just kind of gave it that extra smokiness, but the brown sugar definitely made them super sweet. I will say that I probably made too much, even though I doubled the recipe with the little smokies. I don't necessarily think I needed to double it with the brown sugar. I could have done like 1.5 times instead of 2, because there was definitely a lot, and it was really struggling getting it to all bake down. But anyway, now those are in the oven baking, and I'm gonna go ahead and start on the charcuterie board. Now, y'all don't make fun of me. This is my first time ever making a charcuterie board, and it is not fancy by any means. It didn't fully look pretty, but it is what it is. I tried. I just added in some cheddar and some Colby Jack with some summer sausage. These are perfect. I feel like perfect game day finger foods just to grab. You know, I think a lot of people like to just grab and snack while they're watching the big game. But I just thought it was super fun just to kind of throw it on this platter that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. And I will show you here in a second. I tried my hand at making it fancier than what it really was.
Just don't get enough from me. 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 Wanna go back in time when everything seems so clear.
So those little ramekins I did pick up at Walmart. I just thought they were cute, and I could totally use them for any other board that I got. They're black, and so I felt they were pretty neutral. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and make a salami roast. So I just grabbed a glass that I had in the cupboard, and I'm literally just putting salami all the way around the rim, just overlapping the edges. And then look at how good that turns out. It is such a simple process. I basically added salami until the hole in the middle was pretty much closed, so that way it made a nice solid rose. And then here I am. I'm gonna try again with pepperonis. I will say that I definitely struggled. I needed a smaller shot glass. But it was so much fun, and my kids were like really amazed over these salami and pepperoni roses. I did not do such a good job on the pepperonis. The pepperonis were a little harder to stay in that rose shape. I don't know if it's because they were just so small or I just couldn't get them to bend right. But you could totally use any cup. You could use like a champagne flute or a wine glass or anything to do this with. But I just thought they were so fun. And I thought it would be fun to add it to our little game day charcuterie board.
I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be.
So with all the snacks and treats, I also wanted to add in, you know, some fruit, get some grapes in there. My kids like a variety of grapes. Some like the green, some like the red. So we went with both. And then I did add some honey roasted peanuts in there because, you know, if the little smokies weren't sweet enough, now we have some sweet peanuts to go with them. But anyway, I also wanted to add some crackers and some pretzels that I thought would be fun to just eat with those with the sausage and the cheese. I thought it would be the perfect pairing. And then I also did go ahead and pour the chips in the bowl, giving them kind of easy access, if you will, for the dip.
Do what we want to. Do what we need to.
Alrighty guys, I think that is going to be it. We did pick up a few cupcakes kind of in the Nebraska Husker colors, Go Big Red, and then we got our little fun charcuterie, if you will. The bacon roll-ups look absolutely delicious. The brown sugar didn't fully melt on some of these, but that's okay. We're gonna eat them anyway. The dip is looking amazing. So I am super excited to dig into this. I know my family is starving, so we're gonna go ahead and get to eating.
Do what we need to do. Staying up all night. Everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be.
I had so much fun creating this day for my family, and I am so excited to have been able to share it with you guys. I hope it gave you some inspiration for your next football party. I love this season. It is absolutely my favorite. I will say that I used to be such a summer girly, but fall, after moving here to Florida, fall really has my heart with all the football and everything that goes with it. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already. Come along and join my family. I hope you all stay happy, healthy, and safe, and we will see you in the next one. Bye guys.
When I'm